Welcome to the Holistic Feline and Friends podcast, home for all things holistic and healthful for our pets. I'm your host, Angela, also known as the Holistic Feline on Instagram. We have a very special co-host today. Milly's other half and fellow producer Fred is joining us for the episode. This is a very special one for us. We are answering MILLY questions submitted by her online village of love, also known as MOONIES. We're also sharing inspirational MILLY stories, expressing how MILLY has been an inspiration in their life. MILLY's journey has been followed by hundreds around the world, inspiring many and providing hope, strength, courage, and bravery along the way. To see her is to fall in love with her. She's unique in every way. This episode is to honor her role on this planet and the ones who love and support her around the world, who find happiness, solace, and strength within her journey and in every photo. Thank you to all who have supported, loved, prayed, sent well wishes, and gave donations to Baby Kitten Rescue to help get MILLY where she is today, thriving, super loved, and adored. So without further ado, dim the lights. Let's dive in to all things MILLY. Welcome to everyone's favorite episode, MILLY's Q&A. Hello, Fred Charles.
Hello.
Are you ready for this?
Yes, absolutely ready. I'm always ready to talk about MILLY, and I know we have a bunch of questions coming from all around the globe today. That's exciting.
It is indeed. I'm excited to get into it as well. So take it away with the first question.
Okay, so let's start with Joni from California asking, MILLY seems like she has the sweetest personality. Is she ever grumpy or giving attitude? So now I feel like we're giving all the details from the get-go here. She has the sweetest personality most of the time. And then she gets, as we call it in the house, a little spicy once in a while. So if you try to clip some nails, if you pet her a little, maybe too long sometimes, she can turn around a little bit and give you a little bite to let you know that she's done with it.
Also known as
the shark bite.
Yep.
Yes. So she's sweet and spicy, I'd say. That'd probably be the best description, no?
Yeah, I call it the shark bite because it just comes out of nowhere. You know, just like the shark where they come out of nowhere from underneath you. It's kind of the same. But I would say she's 99.999% sweet.
Yeah.
And then you have that tiny 1% that shows up typically either when you're trying to clip her nails, which is the big one.
Keeps us on our toes, yeah.
Clip out some knots that are either in her pants, at the base of her tail. She can get very sharky during those times.
She lets you know when she's ready for it, because she still can be sweet during those moments, but it's on her own time. So if we get started, there's a place where she's going to lay down and be like, okay, do it. But if it's not the time, she will let you know for sure.
That's very true. She has to be ready for it.
Yeah. It's funny.
Typically, it takes like a good handful of times.
Yeah, a few attempts.
And then eventually she leans into it. But shark does come out sometimes when you're petting. And if she's just not into it or feeling away, she'll very quickly turn her head all the way around and bite.
I feel like you can read when she wants to be pet or not, though, because if she lays against you and just slams against my leg, then that's go for it. If she's sitting further away, generally that's when you're like, okay, leave her alone. But it doesn't last long until she gets back next to you, so...
Yeah, I think a part of it also has to do with maybe slightly some overstimulation, because sometimes when we're petting, then she'll actually try to attack the feet.
Or brushing.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah, all the secrets are coming out.
Yeah, it's funny because when you're brushing, she's fully and completely into it.
Yeah.
And then when she's done, sometimes it ends with an attack of the leg or foot or...
But it's a quick thing. It's not...
She slightly turns into something else.
The shark. That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, in those times and moments. But yeah, so that's her secret. It's out.
That's MILLY.
All right. Next, we have Natasha from tropical Singapore. And Natasha is a big supporter of the holistic feline and all we do and all the education we spread. So I want to give a really big shout out to Natasha. Her support and just appreciation for all that we do. It means the world to me. And so I thank you very, very much. And we're sending all that love back to you. So Natasha's question, she has a few. And we will start with, what's her personality like? Is she a lap cat by any chance?
Mm-hmm.
So she is not a lap cat. She enjoys plopping next to you on your leg or spooning you, but she has yet to get on our lap, which we're kind of confused about because when we saw early photos and videos of her with Caroline with the rescue, she was on Caroline's lap. So we don't know what happened. We don't know if she outgrew it, but ever since we got her, she's never even, well, let me take that back. She did attempt once early on. Her nail got caught in my pants. And as I would so naturally do, I help her get the nail out of my pants, and she just went Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, hissing, growling, biting, scratching. Like I've never in my life experienced something like that, really. And so ever since then, I think it traumatized the both of us, and she's never tried to get on a lap since.
No, she might walk over us to get to the other side of the couch or something like that, where it's a quick, trying not to be on your lap for too long.
Yeah.
She's just going to kind of go by. That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, she's more of a spooner.
Yeah, she will lay against the leg, so it's kind of a side lap, I would call it.
Side lap.
Side lap.
That's a new concept.
Yep, that's a new one.
But she is a really, really good spooner.
Yeah.
What is her personality like? So we kind of popped on that answer on the previous question.
Yeah.
She's goof troop. She makes me laugh. She's got this routine thing that she does that when I'm walking around the bed, she'll come out of nowhere and crab jump on the bed and go all the way across it with her little ears back and have this specific expression on her face. But I think she knows that I love it because I crack up every time. And so I feel like she knows that it makes me laugh. And so she'll like make sure she does it almost every time now.
She wants to give you a good laugh. Yeah.
It's the cutest thing.
Yeah.
And then in the morning when we get up, she's super stoked. So she'll run from one end to the apartment to the other into the bedroom, do a 180 on the rug. When she hits the rug, it's straight to the bed frame. She used to do like a little trampoline off the mattress to the headboard, but now it's just straight from the floor to the headboard.
Yeah, she gained a lot of confidence with that headboard. It's a full thing now. Yeah.
But I think one of her biggest joys and her most fun game is jumping up and down, up and down, up and down from the headboard and running amok from one end to the other. And when she hits that rug, it's the 180, which is very intentional. It's in a very intentional 180. And then she goes to the bed, which again, she has a specific expression on her face and it's hilarious. Like she's stoked and it's the cutest thing to watch.
And when we first got her, we weren't sure if she was going to be jumping around with her conditions and everything. We quickly realized that she's not limited by anything. And it's pretty fun to watch. But yeah, it's true that she gets excited. She also likes to get excited in the middle of the night, which is fun. That's her time to play generally.
Yeah. And then she also greets us at the door. When we come home, she'll run from wherever she's at. And sometimes she is running and sprinting so quickly, she's sliding around the corners. But it's always the cutest thing to see her little face running to us when we come through the door.
Yeah, and even if it's only one of us being out, she will still leave the other one to go greet whoever is coming home. That's super cute. Yeah.
Super sweet. So yeah, she's sweet. She's goofy. She's my little goof troop. She has a shark side sometimes. She's quiet most of the time. Like the only time she really meows is either when one of us leave or when I get ready, she does that.
Yeah.
That's another really cute routine. When I get ready, she knows and she flies into the bedroom bathroom area and will meow at the closet door to be open because it's her playtime, gym time, running from the closet to the bed, to the bed, to the closet, back and forth, back and forth. And then I also keep some toys that is supervised play only in the closet. And so I think she gets stoked because she
it's like
knows.
a treasure. She found old toys and other options.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, it's time to play while I get ready. So then, sometimes I might be late because I'm back and forth getting ready and playing.
That happens.
So, okay, Natasha has another question. And then she also has an inspirational MILLY story that we're going to share.
Okay.
So her next question is, does she ever do cat-like things, like scratch your lovely furniture, which mystically looks untouched? Every once in a blue moon, it's only when she's excited.
Yeah.
When she's like playing and excited, she'll maybe be on the back of the studio couch or something, and she'll like in excitement scratch the edge of it. She'll do the same thing on the headboard sometimes, but that's it. It's the only 2 places, and that's not very often she does that.
Yeah, most of the time, if she's excited or coming back home, she runs straight to her actual scratcher where she's supposed to scratch and does that pretty well. So we're pretty fortunate that, yes, she's not touching much around. It's good.
Yeah, no, she doesn't. I always say she's not a real cat. I'm not sure what she is, but she doesn't do cat-like things.
It's different.
Ever, really.
Yeah.
She just kind of like hangs out. She does have her scratcher that she uses, and she uses it quite often. So that's great.
It's a good thing, yeah.
We've tried different toys and enrichment stuff, and she's just not really into it. I tried a cat tree, not into it.
True, yeah.
I don't know what she is, if she's a cat or I don't know, but she doesn't really do cat-like things. She just sort of hangs out. She loves her bed. She'll hang out in her bed or the window or the rug in the sun.
Yeah. That's about it, yeah.
She doesn't really get into things either.
No. Cords. I mean, we have a little studio at home here where we do the podcast. So plenty of cables to mess with. And she doesn't really pay attention to it. She can be laying next to the recording desk where cables are just apparent everywhere. When previously with some foster cats, we had a cable would be somewhat of a hot commodity
it was the
around the
biggest
house.
toy in the place.
Yeah, so not with MILLY. No, she's very chill.
Yeah, which are fortunate for that as well, because the studio has what seems and feels like 10,000 cables.
Yes, it does.
And so, yeah, she doesn't touch it, doesn't bother it.
She's just perfect.
Perfect.
Yes.
So I'm going to share Natasha's inspirational MILLY story here. And so this is quote unquote, in late 2022-2023, I was going through a lot of stress as we were making plans to move back to Singapore from Spain with our 3 kitties. We were constantly facing several unforeseen obstacles from the authorities that was proving to be almost impossible in transporting our kitties back safely, and this was making me extremely anxious and nervous. My cats mean the world to me, and I felt hopeless as every door was shutting on us, and there were too much uncertainty in transporting them safely. This was about the time I first came across MILLY on Instagram, when she was with Baby Kitten Rescue. She had just started wearing that cute personalized helmet for her protection. She was adorable, and even with her precarious condition, she was so full of life. I found myself drawn to her as she provided a certain relief from my reality and also filled my heart with happiness every time I saw her. I really needed this. I learned about her impeding shunt surgery, read all about her condition, and was rooting for her successful surgery every hour. I was one of those people who squealed with delight when she was out of surgery, safe and sound. In just days, she was playing with her favorite plush toys. What a strong-spirited little girl she is. She inspired me to be stronger mentally and more hopeful. I really needed that hope. Soon after, we managed to get our kitties back to Singapore safely, and they have all settled back nicely. I will be forever grateful to MILLY for being with me, guiding me through those difficult moments. She has been put on this earth for a special reason, and she is yours for all the right reasons.
Oh, well, thank you, Natasha.
Yeah, it's truly heartwarming to hear these stories. Thank you for sharing, Natasha.
It was a big thing when we adopted Millie to realize how many people have been following her and have been helped by just her cuteness and having her around. So that's pretty touching. And yeah, it's a pretty crazy thing. And we have another question, but this one doesn't really have a name attached to it because it's just an Instagram handle and we're not going to share just personal accounts or anything. So Mysterious Guest is asking, who's her favorite human? And I should not be answering that one because it's very biased. So,
well, let's just make it official here. I think that, I don't know if favorite is the right word.
no, I don't believe it's a favorite thing.
Because they don't have the capacity to have a quote unquote favorite like that. But she is drawn to you more in many ways. So, like for grooming, for spooning, for clipping knots.
Yeah, I didn't know I was going to become a groomer anytime, but she does let me just do that.
You do it very well.
No.
You just have a touch. I can't explain it. Like I will try to brush her and I know that I don't have the same touch and I try to watch you and mimic it and I just don't have it. So I get it. I understand why she prefers you on those things. And then spooning, I get it. I'm always cold and you run hot and warmth is relaxing. It makes you sleepy. So I get it.
She does get relaxed, and so am I. So it works pretty well. All right, I'll take the status of favorite human on the couch, and for grooming, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's an appropriate statement. We both have our routines with her, but she definitely gravitates to you on certain things. But I think what it is that she's your soul kitty, and so.
Aww.
It makes sense to me. And you just have a way with her that I can't really describe.
And I can't explain it either. I was the first to be surprised.
And that's exactly how you know that you have met your soul animal when the bond, the relationship is absolutely indescribable.
I'll take it.
Yeah. It's super cute and sweet and very special to witness. And it makes my heart happy that you have that with her.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I had it with my monkey Bean, and so I completely understand it, and it's really sweet.
Well, it's new to me, but I love it.
All right, Helen from Montana. Has Millie had any shunt issues lately? She has not, and she hasn't since her revision, like 3 weeks after her initial surgery. So that was almost, 3 years ago now?
Yeah.
We were going to Dr. O'Neill for checkups every 6 months when we first got her. And then he changed them to 8 months to a year. And now it's once a year. So we just had it in December of last year. And she was perfectly perfect.
Yep.
And then so her next one would be around the same time of this year, like December. So no shunt issues. We are super grateful. She's zipping around here, goof troop as she is.
Yeah, I feel like we're just observant to see if anything changes so we could detect if something was going on. But she has a rock star team taking care of her at MASH Hospital. So we're very lucky. And so far, so good. She's really doing great.
Yeah, and you're also really good at checking, like physically.
Yeah, my non-doctor little just feeling the shunt, the little tube that just, it's kind of a natural thing while petting her. I will check if everything feels connected and okay. So I get to learn how it feels and just try to do that as a precaution. So just keeping an eye on everything.
Yeah, and I frequently check her abdomen, like her side where the tube goes in. I will touch that area a lot and frequently check that as well. So physical, visual we do throughout the year, and then the actual visit with Dr. O'Neill will be once a year. So again, that's in December.
We have a next question from Paco and Lucia. Is she as soft and sweet as I imagine? So we touched on the sweet. Soft, yes. She's very soft.
Yes. She's got rabbit fur for belly fur. Her belly fur texture is different than the rest of her.
Yeah, it's true.
But she's still soft everywhere. And for the most part, she's very sweet and chill.
Yeah, she is.
We also had a lot of people to submit their general love for her. And so we just want to say thank you all who have showed her love and support throughout her journey and still follow along. We appreciate you all so much. So Erin and several others asked, how and why are you so cute and adorable?
We ask her every day. We have the same question. Yep.
I ask her all the time, how did you get so cute?
Yeah. She just has that look and that little forever kitten face that is just, can't resist.
There's something about her face. I don't get it. Like, how was she created like that? And I ask her that all the time. I'm like, how can you look like this?
Yeah.
So that's a very good question. She was, I don't know, created in the ethers of the universe. So you can only be that cute when that happens. I don't know.
Yeah, I think everybody has the same reaction when they see her. Like, oh my God, just such a cute little face. And
I've never seen a cat like that ever.
That's true.
People say that a lot.
Yeah.
So. Here's a frequently asked question. This one is from Michelle. Can you please share what you feed your animals?
Aha.
I am an advocate for species appropriate and whole real food nutrition for all animals, no matter the species. And so we personally feed Millie pre-made frozen raw from Viva. And I cannot say enough amazing things about Viva. I will do a blog post, all things Viva, and why I love them so much. Because they're so amazing, that information is worthy of living in a space for all to read all the time. So keep your eye out, and that blog post is coming. But just know their quality and sourcing to me is incomparable. And because I love them so much, I became a partner so that I can provide a discount for those who are interested in trying it for their own very loves.
Yeah, Mindy loves it.
Yes, she does. So that's what we personally feed, but I also provide the Holistic Feline Food List, which I highly recommend checking out. It's a comprehensive food recommendation list for cats and dogs. So there's something for everyone. It covers all forms of raw, including frozen, freeze-dried, dehydrated, and air-dried, as well as lightly cooked foods and wet cans and treats. I created it because I kept receiving the frequently asked questions, what do you feed? What foods do you recommend? And I wanted that information to live in a space readily available at all times.
Just a click away.
Yes, it is. And as you all know, I believe feeding species appropriate real food is vital to their health and longevity. And I will add, stay tuned for episode 6 because we are talking what species appropriate nutrition is and why it's so important with Dr. Nick Thompson. He's a holistic veterinarian and the founding president of Raw Feeding Veterinary Society.
He's really tell it like it is.
Absolutely. He does not sugarcoat the realities of big pet food, that is for sure. So if you want matter-of-fact information, this is your episode. But I'll give you a little hint. Species-appropriate nutrition is more than just raw food. It can be an array of mediums. It's the contents and preparation that matters.
It's a great episode. I learned a lot myself just recording it.
Yes, it's jam-packed with solid information every pet parent should know and hear. In the meantime, I have the Holistic Feline Food List and Viva discount linked in my bio on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, and on my website, theholisticfeline.com. And if you are directly on Viva's website, you can use the code TheHolisticFeline at checkout for 20% off your first Viva box. So check it out and have fun with it.
And I feel like a lot of people ask if it's complicated to feed raw, and that's a misconception that people are thinking it's a big thing, but it's actually pretty simple, I feel. And I didn't know anything about it before. You brought it home. So it's literally just unpacking a block of food for the week or less than a week and just getting it out of the fridge a few times a day to feed Millie. And it's it's pretty simple. It's not that hard or scary as people might think.
Yeah, I always say it's comparable to the wet food.
Yeah, that's true.
The only thing you need to remember to do is to thaw it. And depending on the way that it's packaged will determine how it's thawed. So some are like small nuggets and you can thaw it per serving. Others are frozen blocks, and then you would thaw the entire block, and then that would be your portions for the week or however long it lasts for you. So all you have to do is remember to thaw. It's easy breezy.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. We have another question from April. This one, I love this one. How fluffy are her toes? And if you watch the Instagram pictures, you know what we're talking about.
True. Very, 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 very fluffy.
Yeah, I've never seen toes looking like that. She literally has a mohawk between her toes. There's a little, yeah. I mean, if you're curious, go check the Instagram account to see some pictures. But it's insane. We had to trim it.
Yeah.
So she doesn't really slide on the floor.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I've never seen that.
Yeah, it is recommended to trim them if they start hindering traction.
Yeah.
And it did start to hinder traction, so we trimmed it with shears.
Yeah, especially since she has her super paw. So she's really using one paw on the front to walk or run around. So I feel like it is better and safer that she has better traction on that side. So we just leave the right amount.
Leave the right amount.
Yeah.
Alan from Illinois. What is Queen Millie's absolute all-time favorite treat? It was the Vital Essentials freeze-dried chicken giblets.
Mm-hmm. The giblets.
I would say she has 3. I mean, she gets 2 regularly, and then she gets 1 as kind of a super special treat.
Yeah.
So all 3 she loves very much. The second one would be small batch freeze-dried pork hearts. She went absolutely crazy for them. However, I will say that the bag is for dogs and cats. They're very large and some can be hard. So if you're feeding a cat, I do not recommend feeding as is straight out the bag. What I do is I put them in a NutriBullet and I pulse it with the grinder blade like you would coffee beans until it turns into like a fine dust. And then I just sprinkle that on top of her food and she loves it just the same. And also I forgot to mention the dust of the pork hearts that I make, I put in a glass jar and store it. And then the third treat she likes a lot, it is the Tiki Cat Sticks, which is the tube puree that she loves a lot.
Once you open it up, she will go crazy for it. She loves that thing.
Yeah, she goes cuckoo for it. That might be her all-time favorite just because she doesn't get it very often.
That's true. Special occasion only.
Yeah, so when she does get it, she's like, goes absolutely crazy for it.
Yeah. I guess we have another question from Illinois, from Nicole. Does Millie like the Christmas tree? And what is Millie's favorite toy and treat? Treat, we just answered. The Christmas tree. She is okay with it. She's not messing with it. It's not a National Lampoon type of situation with a cat in the tree.
Gosh, I would hope not, because that didn't have a good ending for that cat.
No, that wasn't good. She doesn't mess with it much. She saw it for the first time and had a little bite. We have an artificial Christmas tree. So the first time she saw it, she kind of gave a gentle little bite to one of the needles and checked it out. But same thing. She's not, just like we said with the cables and other things, she's not really messing with it. She likes to maybe play with the ornaments a little bit, but that's about it. And here she comes joining us for the Q&A.
Dudes.
Hey, Millie.
It's your Q&A now.
Oh, she also likes to hang out when we record this podcast. Most of the time she'll be in the room in her bed and just chilling with us. So that's another cute thing. Back to the Christmas tree.
Yes, for the Christmas tree. She's very distracting. Back to the Christmas tree. I will say that for the most part, she leaves it alone. She's kind of neutral with it. But then every once in a blue moon, she'll try to like kind of nibble on things. And so we just do a little clap of our hands and say her name and she runs away from it. And then typically doesn't go back to it. I would say in the month and a half or so that we have the tree up, she might try a nibble maybe a handful of times, if that. So for the most part, she ignores it and is kind of neutral.
Yeah, not a big deal.
Yeah.
No.
my little late one, Monkey Bean, she used to love laying under the tree on the skirt.
Yeah.
And I thought Millie might do the same, but she doesn't.
She's not a big fan of blankets, so maybe she
True.
associates the skirt with kind of a blanket thing.
True. That's a random quirk that we can share is that she's not into soft things like blankets or anything. Like she doesn't want to lay on things as such.
No, she avoids them. She will walk around so she doesn't step on the blanket. It's funny because the first thing we did when we adopted her was getting a bunch of soft blankets to make sure she was comfy everywhere, and we did not use them.
Yeah, we had blankets everywhere for her, and
they are pristine.
She paid them no attention, and we still have them very pristine.
Yeah. For the toys, so that's something that changes. I feel like she has had some phases with different toys that now she doesn't really pay attention to.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to not really being cat-like. She doesn't really play with the toys that we have. In the beginning, the crinkles were her favorite. She went absolutely crazy for those.
Very simple little crinkle balls that would just lay around, and she would just, when we throw them, go fetch them, play with it. Not so much now. So just us throwing crinkle balls everywhere.
Yeah, we
no
play
reaction.
crinkle ball with ourselves now.
Yeah, that's it. She likes stuffies, little stuffed animals. She
still flips them around.
Yeah, she came home with a gator that is laying around, and she goes back to once in a while. She's had a little rabbit since then, a little lobster, a bird. We're starting a real collection. She does something very funny to watch. She likes to flip them in the air. So sometimes I'm watching TV, and all of a sudden there's a stuffed animal just flying across the living room, across the TV screen.
That's true.
And that's just her just grabbing it with her mouth and just throwing it in the air and going back to get it. And it's super funny to watch.
Yeah, I've never seen a cat that was into dog toys because they're actual dog toys.
Yeah.
So I've never seen a cat into dog toys, but I've also never seen a cat flip a stuffy like that. Flip anything like that.
No, it's true.
She's not a cat, I'm telling you. I have no idea what she is. We're going to figure it out, though, and let y'all know.
We're crossing the ocean now, going to the UK. Question from Olivia from London. Your litter art is quite entertaining. Well, I'll say thank you, because I'm the
He's
creative.
very proud of that.
Yep, I am. And follows with, what litter and litter box do you use? So for the litter art, I'm glad someone picked that up because I'm putting a lot of love into it. It just started with getting...
A lot of creativity, I must add.
Yeah. So it started with us just drawing a little heart in the litter after cleaning the litter, just to show her love, for her to step in a nice little litter box. And I cannot remember when I broke from that habit, creating a beach landscape or... many of the things that I've
something just clicked in your brain one day while you were after cleaning the litter, and you were like, hey, I'm gonna draw
something funny
seascape.
Seascape, a little smiley, turned into all kind of things. So thank you.
They are quite impressive, I must say. I can't even do that on paper. It's still stick figures for me.
I'm glad people are entertained by it. So regarding the litter that we use
Sustainably Yours, which is exclusively made out of corn and cassava. And I will say that we were looking into changing her litter, and this is the only litter that she took to. For the most part, I like it. There's only two things that I would say. One would be that it tracks a lot, even the medium grain. It comes in large grain, small grain, and then like a mixed grain. And we get the mixed grain, but it still tracks a lot. So that, and it also has a tendency to smell like Fritos or corn sometimes.
Which is better than some of the things in the litter, but it's a detail, yeah.
But she will smell like Fritos. I wouldn't want to be walking around smelling like Fritos all the time, so I'm just saying. But other than those two things, we like it. Your thoughts on it?
Well, being allergic, a lot of the litters gave me sneezes and everything from just the dust or the scent or things like that. And I feel like this one is like has no effect on me, so I don't have the issues that I've had with others.
Let me clarify, when you say scent, you don't mean fragrance, because we do not use fragrance anything in this house, and using non-fragrance litter is very important. So you're meaning just the smell of
the actual what the litter is made of. So if it's clay or something like that creates kind of a cloud when I clean it, and this one doesn't do that to me, so pretty happy with it. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I will say a good thing about them is their dust is like really, really, really minimal. I mean, the most time I ever see it is when I'm pouring the whole bag into the litter box.
Yeah.
So that initial pour, but throughout, like when I'm scooping or whatever, like I don't really have dust. I mean, she will, of course, have a little on her when she's shuffling in there, but it's not on walls, it's not on floors, it's not on counters like a lot of the litter is.
Yeah, and it's true that it tracks quite a lot around the litter box and further along as she goes and shakes it off.
Yeah.
But it's not too bad compared to some other brands that feels like you're stepping on broken glass. So we can we can deal with it. No, I don't.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So it's not too bad. It's a lot of sweeping, but it's not bad at all.
I recommend it.
Yeah, I like it. I will also approve this message.
Yeah. I recommend trying it. See if you like it. We like it. Millie likes it. And that's what's most important, because I did come across a few brands that I did like, but she did not like. Mm-hmm. And so if we don't agree on it, it's not going to work. She's the ultimate customer. So whatever she likes, we have to get. And so this was the happy medium that we both accepted and like for the moment. So again, it is sustainably yours, exclusively corn and cassava based litter.
So natural stuff.
It's all natural, non-toxic, no fragrance. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have a non-scented litter in your home. And so for the litter box, we use Tuft and Paul. So it's spelled T-U-F-T with the plus sign and Paul, P-A-W. And they're known to have aesthetically pleasing litter boxes and other items for cats in the home. And I love it. I think it's beautiful when we have it in our guest bathroom. And when I walk in there, I don't see an unsightly litter box. Like, it matches our decor. It blends in seamlessly. It's beautiful. I love it and I highly recommend it. It is on the higher price tag side for a litter box, but we've had it for 2 years now.
Yeah.
It is showing some claw marks on the bottom, which is typical for plastic, but so far it's not really harboring any odor, which plastic can do. However, we do clean out the entire litter box about every month or two, like once a month or two. I think 3 months max is what we did at one point.
Yeah.
But we will dump all of the litter and clean the box itself with hot steaming water and fragrance-free baby castile soap. We've maintained it, and that probably has a lot to do with keeping it odor-free for this long, since it is plastic. But just in general, everyone should know that you should dump out the actual litter, I would say like every month, and replace the
entire thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then every month or two, when you do that, also clean the box with hot blazing water and a scent-free soap.
Yeah, there's no odor. There was nothing residual. It's working pretty good. Yeah. It's a good box.
Yeah. I highly recommend Tuff and Paul. It's called the Cove litter box.
They have a little compartment where you have little brush and thing that, to be honest, the brush is not that great.
The pan for the brush is the problem.
Yeah.
The lip on the pan is not thin enough for everything to go in seamlessly.
So the grain bounces against the
Bounce,
scoop.
yes.
And yeah.
But I'm going to also add for the high urinators and crazy shufflers, they offer a privacy wall attachment to go onto the litter. So it's just high walls. However, if you have multiple cats in the house and you have ambush issues or sort of behavior issues between them, be cautious, because if you use a privacy wall, there's only one way in, one way out, and that is not good.
You feel trapped in there.
Yes,
Yeah.
they can get ambushed. They can't see all the way around them. They should always have at least a 3-way directional way in and out of a litter box. So even those enclosed litter boxes that you see in tables and whatnot, technically those aren't made for cats. They're made for humans. And so therefore I don't recommend them because it's enclosed. The smell is enclosed. The cats don't like that. They can be ambushed. They can't see around them. So just FYI. And I will also note that Tough and Paw carries a second litter box now that is not as pricey. However, it doesn't have those attachments included, like the scooper and the dustpan. And the litter box looks slightly different, but it's still, aesthetically pleasing. And it also comes with the removable side walls if you have that crazy litter goer. We will have links to all of Milly's favorite things, including her litter and litter box in this episode's pod blog, so check that out. And as a side note, if you're curious to know Milly's story, tune into episodes 1 and 2, where we talk Milly's journey through the eyes of her rescuer, Caroline Grace, and her neurosurgeon, Dr. O'Neill. So those are both eye-opening episodes and really great information in there, not just hydrocephalus related, but we talk about FIP, we talk about all sorts of different things. So it's really knowledgeable episodes.
Yes, go check them out.
We are going to go into another inspirational Milly story. This one is from Lauren, and I believe she is in the South of the United States. Quote unquote, 2 years after losing our kitties, my husband was diagnosed with cancer. We had to close our business so we could get him healthy. I started going on Instagram around this time, and I eventually found this kitten, Milly, that looked like a combination of 2 of ours. She looked like the sweetest little thing I had ever seen, so angelic looking. I started calling her the little angel I watch on Instagram. I fell in love with her. But then, as she was going through so much in her journey, she brought me so much hope and peace. I kept thinking, if this little kitten can go through so much and seemed at peace with it, I felt if she could do this, I should be able to get through what we were going through. The cancer had gone into remission after initial treatment. However, this last summer it returned, and we have been undergoing more treatment and more surgery. It seems like whenever I get down and worried about my Gary, this little angel kitten shows up on Instagram, and she gives me hope and strength. I love this little angel, and although we will never meet, she will never know how much joy and encouragement she has given me and still does. She is an inspiration. She has brought me hope. Thank you, and Milly. You never know how the smallest act of just posting a photo can make someone's day a better day and give them hope. First of all, Lauren, thank you so much for sharing. And secondly, Milly does know. I read her all of the messages and comments, and so she's fully aware of the impact and joy that she is bringing to the world. That's part of her mission. So she's here to make people smile.
Like I said earlier, it's pretty crazy to see the impact that our cute little Milly can bring to a lot of different people in different scenarios. So it's really touching. So thank you for sharing.
Yes, thank you again, Lauren. And we want to send our love to you and Natasha. Since submitting your inspirational stories earlier this year, you both have lost loved ones that were in those inspirational stories. And so we just want to give you the biggest hug and send our love and We are wishing you all peace and strength. We wanted to honor your loved ones, Gary and Pepper, and so there's a loving tribute on our pod blog. You're welcome to read it, and everyone, please visit and send them some love.
Yes, we're sending you both a lot of love. And we have another inspirational story. This one is from Kathy in Brisbane, Australia. She's saying, "Hello, I started following Milly's journey when I had to have multiple cranioplasties as a result of an infection following a brain surgery. I found it really positive and inspiring to watch Milly's somewhat similar journey and see how unbothered she was by it." Thanks for sharing, Kathy. It's true that looking at everything that Milly went through and all those early pictures that we also were watching as followers and sending love to Milly and to her rescuer as well, it's crazy to see how she just bounced back and is acting completely fine and normal every day now. The early pictures of her completely shaved with the surgery, the tube, and her little helmet when she was a skater girl, and everything is incredible. So I'm glad it gives strength to a lot of people going through surgeries. It's really crazy. So Milly has a lot of love to give and spread around. So I'm glad we can help her do that.
Yeah, I know early on when she just got out of surgery, I remember Caroline posting a video of her, which I actually have it on my Instagram. It's a pinned video. It's a portion of that video is on my pinned video, if that makes sense. But it's her in the kennel at MASH directly after her brain surgery.
Yeah.
And she is just up and at 'em and rubbing against the door and wanting pets from the techs. And I mean, she was literally acting like nothing happened. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
So you can see that little snippet on that pinned video. I think it's actually her shunt anniversary video that I have pinned.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a little snippet that you see. But it's heartwarming to see that. And that's the inspiration that everybody's talking about. Like, she went through this big thing and she's not even fazed by it. Like, super resilient, no big thing. Kind of like, this is what happened. And now let's move on. Let's get on with life. Let's live the best life ever.
Yeah. So thanks for sharing, Kathy. Again, we hope you're feeling your best and that you're doing great over there in Australia.
Yes. Thank you so much. And I hope you are now on the mend and feeling your best. Thank you all so much for participating. And we thank all the Moonies for your continued love and support. And we want to send all that love back to you.
Yeah, thanks, everyone. We really love hearing your questions and see how much you want to know about Milly. So we should do this again.
Agreed. It's been fun. It's nice to connect with Milly's fans and our Instagram followers and really put humanity behind the Instagram profiles and really speak heart to heart, have it like a personable angle.
Yeah, so if you're listening to this and you're like, wait, I have a question too. Just go on Instagram.
You say it exactly like that.
Yeah. You just DM and leave your question so we can talk about it maybe next season, do another Q&A.
Yeah, if you have any questions about Milly,
or stories,
or an inspirational story about Milly, or somebody you know that was inspired about Milly, please DM me at The Holistic Feline on Instagram and share your story, ask your question, and you will be featured and be a part of Milly Q&A's episode season 2.
Yes, more to come. That was really fun. Thanks, everyone.
Yes, thank you, everyone. And that is a wrap on our first Milly Q&A. Thank you for listening to the Holistic Feline and Friends podcast. It is created, hosted, produced, and released with love. And my hope is you learn something along the way. When we know better, we do better. Please share your knowledge and our podcast with others. For more educational content, follow us on your favorite podcast platform, as well as Instagram at The Holistic Feline and online at theholisticfeline.com, where you will also find our blog that includes corresponding posts for each podcast episode with links to all the good stuff. Thank you again. We'll see you in the next episode.
The Holistic Feline and Friends podcast, website, blog, and socials are for informational and educational purposes only. All information, suggestions, recommendations, or comments, whether by written, verbal, audio, or otherwise, either direct, indirect, or association, is not a substitute for professional veterinary care. Please provide your pets with a minimum annual professional veterinary visit and more often when health concerns arise. The Holistic Feline, Angela Warwick, and all guests and associates are speaking from experience and education. Please continue your research and form your own opinion. This is in no way a means to diagnose.